Alright, well, I made it as far as the power lines. I kind of wanted to find a good spot to spend the overnight up on the Mason-Dixon Trail before the power lines. But here I am on the ridge line by the power lines. I'm going to go ahead a little bit on the trail, see if I can find a likely spot to overnight. If not, double back. I marked the trail for a spot I could dive off. So, sure enough, that is the view from here. Trail that I was on, switchbacking down, probably went to the western edge of that dam for maintenance, and that's probably what the old paved road was up above, as it was an access point for any type of work that was needed done, as far as I know. So, the Susquehanna. Anyway, on I go. Alright, camp is set up. It's almost 5 p.m. I'm back down the trail from the power line about a half mile, and then just went straight down a ridge until I found a relatively flat, semi-flat area. There are no flat areas on this ridge. The flattest of the flat. I'll do a pan just to show you what the actual horizon, flat horizon is. Back towards the trail. The trail is about 300 yards that way. Back up the hill. So all I was looking for is relatively sized trees, not dead, about 15 feet away from each other, so I could spread out the hammock. So I have it spread out. Anyway, relatively, all you need is two trees about 15-20 feet apart from each other to hang your hammock. And I just need to put a tarp up over it because we're expecting light rain tonight. So I will do that. Okay, this hammock has. It is the Warbonnet 1.7, which is a double layer base. So I have an extra wide pad slipped underneath to keep warm. Even though it's only getting down to 50 tonight, it's going to be a humid 50, so it might be a little bit on the chilly side. That's my kitchen area. That tree is actually, that the stove is on, is actually as flat can be here. Everything's on a little bit of a slope. Once you get in the hammock, it doesn't matter. The Tyvek usually sits underneath the rainfly and the hammock, but there's a heck of a slope going on here, so what I'll probably do when I set the rainfly up is I'll have that side a little bit higher to protect the tarp and the pack where it is. I'll probably still hang a bear bag even though I'm very limited on food. It's just an overnight, primarily to test out the hammock. And that's about all for now. Time to set up the fly and make life even better here in camp for the night. Alright, about 100 feet uphill from camp. Prepared a bear bag. Not that there's going to be any bears, but more than likely raccoons and all kinds of other varmints. Being as close to the river and all these downed trees, there's bound to be a few varmints overnight. This is the kitchen. My little makeshift clipboard is actually holding one of the rehydrated meals. It's pepper steak. So looking forward to that. One splurge for the trip is something I normally don't drink at home. A little bit of sweet, a little bit of caffeine. Hits the spot out here. Let's see, from here, looking back to the north, the Susquehanna River is probably vertically about 200 feet down. On the angle, it's probably down about 45 degrees from here. The majority of the horizon as I'm panning across is the Susquehanna River. And any noise, distant noise that you can hear is actually the Safe Harbor Dam. Just right out there. I went ahead and set up my Hennessy Hex fly just in case rain does come tonight. I can go ahead and angle those down even further if it starts getting windy and the rain starts coming in. Inside I have, instead of bringing a sleeping bag, I brought a thermarest blanket, more or less. It's just a glorified blanket. And we'll see how that works. It's only going to get down to 50 tonight. So we'll see. Having a hard time remembering what that's called. The tarp I have down, I can't have directly underneath me because of the slope. It'll just slide if I step on it. So I'm making do with where it is. Once I get inside the hammock and get comfortable, whatever's going on under the tarp won't matter. So it is 6 o'clock, 6 p.m., comfortable, mellow, laid back. Looking forward to an evening of good reading and falling asleep a little bit early. That'll be nice. I think I'm actually seeing part of the dam out there. Yeah, that's part of the dam on the other end. So, that's about it for now. Okay, the food bag is hung for the night. It's nothing super fancy. Just hung up to keep the varmints away as much as possible. Here is the horizontal horizon. It goes like that. That is the Susquehanna River down there. Again, I'm about 200 feet above it, and it's about a 45-degree angle down to it. Pretty steep little hill that I'm camped out on, but it's perfect for for hammock camping. From here, in the 2 weeks since I've been backpacking last time, the forest has really leafed out really well. It's the game trail. Follows the ridge down the hill from the actual trail itself, which is up the hill a couple hundred feet, maybe a couple hundred yards. It's a nice little game trail. I tried to set up camp off of the game trail as well, so I wouldn't bother anything coming by at night. Down there, not sure it shows on video. The actual dam is down relatively below. Show you what the camp looks like. but there is a camp. Tieback. I'm using my tieback to hold my backpack in place. I'm actually going to hang the backpack in a tree nearby with all the zippers open, so little varmints can get in and out without actually tearing it up. There is no horizontal place on this ridge, so the best place to be is on your feet or in the hammock. Once you settle into this spot, it's a very nice spot. You just have to get used to the ups and downs. That's probably a better look at the dam right there. Yeah, the dam is down there. I'm on the uphill side of the dam and the upstream side of the dam, so it's a little quieter here. There's a lot of trees that have tumbled down, so when you're tent camping or hammock camping, make darn sure the trees that surround you are alive. Appear to be pretty well rooted. Walking through the ferns without stomping them. And this is my camp right here on a nice slope going practically 45 degrees or greater downhill to the stream, or the Susquehanna River. So on the downhill side, tarp, good. Tieback with my backpack and my rain jacket, good. This is, see if I can show you. This is the shelf that, with shot cord here. Everything holds out here, and you have a shelf that you can store stuff inside the hammock. Very nice. There's also shot cord over there, keeping the top of the hammock out of your face. I understand that's one of the main complaints about other hammocks. This ridge line on top, you can see the ridge line runs all the way down from end to end, and on that ridge line you can hang things. I got a hanging kit, a ridge line hanger to stow stuff like a flashlight, first aid kit, book, that kind of wonderful stuff. It's inside. You can see off to the right, that's what they call a foot box. It's an atypical hammock in that you sleep with your head a little bit off-sided, your feet a little bit off-sided, so you wind up sleeping almost completely horizontal, which is pretty rare for a hammock. Being able to sleep horizontally, you can actually sleep on your side, and that's one of the things I'm looking forward to trying out tonight. The Hennessy Hex fly that I have on here, it's pretty darn nifty. I really like it so far. I used it when Laura Lynn and I were on the AT. It has a lot of extra cord on either end, and there's no reason to string a ridge line and drape that over it. You actually can use, well, this is the view from the hammock. Comfortable. I crawled in here just to get comfortable, and I'm probably going to drift off to sleep here pretty soon. I am practically horizontal. The bug netting is a good 6 inches away from my face. It's roomy, it's comfy, and if the wind does pick up like they're saying tonight, I can always get out and drop the fly down just a little bit on either side to quote-unquote tent